Hello and greetings, everyone. Welcome back to Pixel Pulse, a video game podcast, where we keep our finger on the pulse of gaming so you don't have to. My name is Justin Muslimi, and with me, as always, is, the patch to my day one bugs, Kyle Olson. Kyle, how are you, buddy?
Oh man, I'm great. Those intros get better and better every time.
I'm like, I gotta try and think something quippy and funny every time. I'm like, okay, gotta do something different here. I want to keep it fresh. You know what I
And
mean?
I like that you don't tell me what the intro is
Right, I
so
don't.
that I
Just-
hear it for the first time just like everybody else does. It's great. I like it.
you get all giddy just like the audience, you know. You're
Yeah,
like,
I
oh,
sit
did you
here
already said, guys?
silently. Yep, I'm like rocking in my chair, waiting for it. Okay, here we go.
What's he What's he gonna say next? What is it? Oh man. No, how are you, man? You doing good? You look good as always.
Oh,
Stud
thank
you.
you. Yeah, I've been good. I think I mentioned this last time, maybe, but we were about to launch a product at work, and I'm a software product manager by day, and we did launch that product, and so far it has been 2 weeks of just nonstop work and whirlwind. So my brain is usually a vegetable by this time of night, but today I saved some extra brain cells to make sure that we're able to have a good conversation for our fans.
Some extra juice for the gaming news, right?
I saved three brain cells actually. That's it.
Three. For what we do, Kyle. That's I would say three is probably enough. That sounds about right.
Considering it was probably like 10 that I started with, I think three is good enough to have in reserve.
I think I'm at like one and a half. So you got like double what I have. So that's you're doing good then,
Excellent.
Kyle.
We'll add them to a pool and it'll be good.
Just combine them. Yeah. No, man. No, it's good to see you, man. Good to hear you. Hear that voice. Yeah, I remember you saying too that excuse me. I remember you saying too that your house now is going through some sickness, right?
Yeah, I have been lucky enough that I have worked so much that I have not been out of my office for very much and have not interacted with all the illness that's been going around. But I'm probably going to catch it and get a couple days off of work next week.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, because I mean, you got three kids. You got your wife, and they're sick. It's yeah, man. It's you're able to matrix it so far, but it's coming for you, bud. I'm sure it is.
Dude, it definitely is coming for me. I've been washing my hands like crazy, and yeah, it's hard to escape, especially when you've got young kids. They just their immune systems are developing and they catch it, and my immune system is developed and I catch it too because they just run into stuff that I've never seen before, and they bring it home. So yeah,
Yeah.
I've escaped it. I've escaped it for a little bit, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the illness time off, the sick time off next week.
Oh man. Yeah, for sure. It hit us and it hit me that stomach virus. It went through all of our throughout the warehouse because I don't know if for those of you who don't know, my day job, I work for US Foods, which is a product distribution center. And I'm on a forklift a lot and just a warehouse full of guys doing guy stuff. And yeah, the sickness went through that warehouse, man, and it took us all out like one by one, like two people calling in one day, three people calling in the next, one person calling in the next. It just like trickled down the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just and that stomach virus was no joke, man. It was nasty. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I went home early, and that's saying something. So I don't know,
So
but
the stomach virus that Utah actually had a stomach virus a couple of years ago, and I remember I didn't get it actually. I don't know how I didn't get it because I was the one cleaning up all the vomit like all over my house,
oh
but my
god,
kids all got it, and it was like projectile vomit everywhere, and then it was highly contagious, and I was like, I'll just be the one to clean it up. Like I'm fine with that. Um, and it just like I remember one time one of my youngest, he was like not even one at the time, he projectile vomited all over my kitchen and dining room area. It was like 12 square feet, and I couldn't get the smell out like for a few days.
oh dude, the smell's the
It was
worst.
It was so bad, and my sister came to visit 2 weeks later, 2 weeks after everyone was better, and we had sanitized everything. We washed all the linens, all the pillows, literally sanitized everything that we possibly could. And her kids caught it while they were visiting with us.
Oh no,
So either
really?
they caught it in our house or they caught it from someone in the area because it was going around to like every household in the area.
Did they take a plane or did they drive there?
They drove, and we sent them home with large bags to vomit in all the way home.
Oh boy, oh my God.
And that was
I would
like
suck
a
having to
like
drive all the way home for hours and just worrying
it
about
was like
having
a it was
vomit.
like a 10-hour drive and just bags full of puke. It was
Oh my
makes for a good
God.
story, but at the time it sucked.
Yeah, it sounds just freaking wonderful, man.
Yeah, so I feel you. Do you, by the way, do you ghost ride the whip with your forklift?
Do I do what?
Ghost ride the whip with your forklift.
What's that? I don't even know what that is. What is
Okay,
that?
so like years and years ago, maybe I'm dating myself here, but it was a thing where people at, like Home Depot or that had like the smaller forklifts, like the just like the lifts with the prongs and the like gas
Yeah.
can on the back, where they would like drive it, but like they would be walking next to it, and
Oh,
it was like when what was it, Vine was a thing, like those videos, and
yeah.
people were just doing it, and they were getting fired all over the place for safety reasons because they were
That's
not
yeah, you can
vehicle.
do that more with like the walk-on jacks, like pallet jacks. You can do that with. I I don't think you can really do that with. So I have the stand-up. We do the stand-up forklifts.
Oh,
So I
okay.
don't know if unless there's a function where you can set it to auto drive. I guess I'm not really sure.
It's
Or
just like the old school jet skis that you could like kneel on or stand on.
oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you can do that with the stand up
Probably not the stand up ones. These were like
forklift.
the seated ones that have a little cage on them.
Oh yeah,
Like
We
the
don't drive those ones. Yeah, we're
okay.
like standing up in them.
So they know they didn't get you guys those ones because they know what would happen. Is
They
what
know
you're saying.
what we would be up to. Like oh, that's fine. So yeah, but yeah, no, it's good to see you.
Good to be back.
Yeah, man. Everyone who's listening, thank you for bearing with us. We skipped last week because of the stomach virus that I had acquired. I'll call it I'll call it acquired. Yeah, so I apologize. Uh, it sucked having to skip last week, but there was just no way around it, unfortunately. And we couldn't line up our schedules again until this week. So that's what happened, and here we are. But here we are to give you guys some gaming news. And what do you say, Kyle? Should we get started?
Let's do it.
Yeah. So what do we got here, man? Well, I think this first story. Let's see. Let's go do this. So last week, Gorilla announced a new Horizon game, a new Horizon co-op
That's right.
game. Yeah. Now this we knew about this. We knew that they were developing a co-op multiplayer game in the Horizon universe. This was a known thing, and we knew that that was going to be their next game. So they announced it via a blog post on the PS blog. Uh, so it's on the PS blog. They say today marks a monumental step for Gorilla as a studio as we announce our new chapter in the Horizon universe, Horizon Hunter Gathering. With the very first ideas that shaped the world of Horizon, we dreamed of players hunting machines together. We started with a small group of gorillas, including myself back in the days as design director, and began exploring what that could look like. Drawing on our experience from the Killzone multiplayer titles and the momentum of Horizon Zero Dawn, we set out to bring cooperative action into the Horizon franchise. Since then, the team and the game have grown tremendously. Throughout its development, we've done extensive testing, patching, and feedback iteration. One of my favorite moments was our first in-studio playtest with the entire team. A special milestone where the vision and hard work from every discipline finally came together in a playable form. It's always nerve-wracking to share early builds, but moments like that test as well as today's announcement, make it all worthwhile. So yeah, they go on to say, Horizon Hunters Gathering is a cooperative action game developed by Guerrilla for PS5 and PC. So this is coming out for that's notable. This is coming out for PC day one. Now
Right?
I know this is probably a live service game, so that's probably why they want to get the most ears and hands on it as they possibly can. As early as they can, because they know that with a live service game, the more hands you get on it, the earlier the better. You know what I mean? So that's smart that they're porting it to PC. Day one. Um, and they say,
You know what's funny?
what's that?
I was looking at this and I saw the game and I saw the announcement, and the first thing that entered my mind was the art style looks like a live service game.
Oh, totally, dude. It looks like Fortnite. In a way.
Right. Yeah, it looks like most of those live service games, which isn't it's not terrible. I mean, I do like that kind of cartoony um
Yeah. I mean,
that
it
cartoony
looks
vibe. I'm not
good,
a
but it
big
just
I'm just not a big fan of live service games in general.
right.
Um,
Hmm.
I feel like the FOMO there is too strong, and there's just too much work to do to keep up with the progression and the meta. Like if you play games more casually, like I do, a lot of times live service games just kind of edge you out because you have to like dedicate so many hours every week to stay up with the meta and
Oh
actually
yeah,
have
or you're
a
gonna
good
fall behind for
experience.
sure.
Right, exactly. Like you might get a great weapon at some point, and then next week it's crap because of a patch or an update, and all of a sudden you've got to grind 10 more hours to get the latest thing.
Yeah, or life hits you. You have responsibilities, and you just can't. You can't make it, or you can't log in for a while, and then you log back in, and everybody's multitude of levels above you, and their equipment's way better than yours, and you're like, all right, well, at that point, I don't
You're
even want
just
to play.
you're just looking for a squad to carry you, and then they see you like low ranked with your crap weapons, and they kick you out, and you're just like, I just
Yeah,
want to have friends.
you're like, I just want to play this game. Please let me.
Yeah, somebody let me into your squad.
So yeah,
But it does look interesting.
it looks. I don't know. It's definitely it's gotten some pretty divisive opinions online. I've noticed, and I guess rightfully so. I I guess I don't really dig. I do kind of wish that they would have stuck with the original series look. You know,
Yeah,
I get why they went with it. They wanted to be like whimsical and kind of lighthearted, a more lighthearted approach to the series. With this,
mm-hmm.
you can tell. Um,
Yeah,
But yeah, so it says here that it lets up to three players team up as heroic hunters to protect a world under threat from deadly machines. Combat is tactical, reactive, and deeply skill based, building on the tactical precision of the Horizon games while embracing the dynamics of team play. The foundation of Horizon Hunters Gathering centers around challenging and replayable hunts. Today we are revealing two game modes. Machine Incursion, a highly intensity mission where waves of machines pour out from underground gateways led by a formidable boss. And Cauldron Descent, a longer multi-stage trial in which ever-changing rooms push hunters to their limits, from brutal machine encounters to hidden doors that promise power and reward for teams prepared to open them. So it sounds like one mode is going to be more like Elden Ring Night Rain, where it's gonna push it's gonna push you more towards this center of the map, or wherever, whichever part of the map it wants to push you, and you have
yeah.
to probably get resources and maybe some weapons upgrades, and then you fight maybe a final boss or something like that. And then the other one sounds more like a roguelike, like a I don't know, like a Hades 2 type of game. Um, that's probably the one I'm more interested in, to be honest. Um, so yeah, we'll see. It says here that you can sign up for the PlayStation Beta program on PS5 and or PC. So yeah, I don't know. It looks cool. I like. I guess I'm a bit biased because I really love the Horizon series, so I'm kind of excited for this. A co-op Horizon game. that you can play with two other friends. I think that sounds cool. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
definitely interested. What do you think, Kyle?
No, I think I'm excited for it as well. Um, the only thing that concerns me a little bit is if it is live service and the progression is so fast because I'm a lot more of like a casual gamer and I just don't have the time to keep up with live service games as much as I might have fun with one. And I know for me that that'll be something that probably pushes me away eventually. At least in the beginning, I'll have fun with it. But like I like the art direction that they've taken with this to kind of separate it out from the main series. But I also really liked the art direction of the main series. So it's kind of a double edged sword. I guess we'll see how things go. I'd love to get in on the beta, but
Yeah, same here.
I feel like it's so hard to get in on these betas because I'm even like I'm signed up, and I've only ever gotten into one beta, and that was the Seven Deadly Sins beta that I
Mm.
played recently. I got real lucky with that one, but I've never gotten into any others. Not Battlefield, not anything else.
I've gotten into one as well in my entire life, and that was Nex Machina from Housemarque, that arcadey top-down style game that they did on the PS4 years
Oh
ago
yeah,
now.
yeah.
So
Years ago, PS4 is old. I don't know why we're still making games for
I
it.
know, yeah, yeah. That's why I got this gray hair, Kyle. See my gray beard. Oh yeah,
It was all a nice golden brown when the PS4 was first out.
yes, yes. Um, so yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. I mean, I think it looks cool. We'll see if they go free to play or if they go like that $40 price point like they've been doing with their live service
Yeah.
games. So yeah, we'll keep an
I
eye
mean,
on it.
clearly I'm a Horizon fan. Like I've got the tall neck Lego up here. Um, so yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah, dude.
I do enjoy Horizon. I will say though that I have not played the second game, and I'm still in my first playthrough of Zero Dawn. I haven't beat it
Oh
yet.
really?
Yeah, well, because when it first came out, it went into my backlog and I just didn't have a chance to play it. And I revisited when the PS5 adaptation came out, and so I'm playing through it right now. And I did that thing where I felt like I was getting close to the end, and I kind of slowed down my playthrough to keep the story going because I just it's a thing I have. I hate finishing games and having the story be over.
Right. And then it's like the end. You're like you just kind of feel empty inside, you know?
Yeah, a little bit. Like it happened with Final Fantasy Rebirth. I spent like 130 hours on that game, and once I finished it, I played it over the course of like 6 months. And once I finished it, like no other game could fill that void for me for a little bit. So I had to take a break from gaming, and come back to it after I was like, okay, I'm ready to take on a new adventure. So
Yeah.
that's a big reason why I do that. I've done that for years and years.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I remember. Yeah, you've told me that like I remember you saying that like to me like a long time ago. So yeah, you've been that way for quite a while, which it's cool, man. And that's
Dude, since
nothing wrong
Final
with that.
Fantasy VIII.
Oh,
Since
since
Final
eight,
Fantasy
huh?
VIII. Oh yeah, yeah. It's been a thing for me since eight. I was just like this is one of the coolest stories that I've ever experienced,
Ooh.
and I just can't have it end on me. And it took me a long time to finish it.
Which, by the way, just a quick shout out. It is Final Fantasy VIII's 28th anniversary today, right?
Yes,
So that's cool, man. It's a big milestone for that game. I shouldn't say
it really
milestone.
is.
Just a big, yeah. It's been out for 28
I
years.
should load it up after we're done recording.
Oh boy, yeah. Just say happy anniversary,
Just to say happy
FF8.
anniversary. Yeah.
You know, I
That was
definitely
the game that got me into Final Fantasy and made me a PlayStation boy instead of Nintendo because I was on Nintendo 64 and I
yeah,
think
I
I've told the
remember.
story before, but a friend came over and he was like, "Hey, you gotta check out this game." And he brought the PlayStation, brought Final Fantasy 8. We plugged it in, and my world went like my mind
Yeah,
was just splattered all over the walls. And then I've just been a PlayStation fanboy ever since.
right. Yeah, yeah. That'll do it, man. Um, Speaking of PlayStation, that's a good segue into our next story here. Looks like PS5 sales have surpassed 92.2 million total sales. So that's a big deal. It's a lot of PS5s
Yeah.
out there.
Seems like they
Um,
finally conquered that supply chain issue they had early on.
uh, yeah, right. Yes, for sure. Uh, this comes way of simulationdaily.com. And says here, according to the financial documents published by the House of PlayStation, 8 million PS5 units were sold in the quarter, bringing the lifetime total to 92.2 million units. In comparison, if you're interested in the competitive scenario, Nintendo shipped 7.01 million units of the Switch 2 during the same holiday quarter. So it is pretty impressive that Sony managed to outsell a brand new console during its first holiday season,
Mm.
as in the Switch 2's first holiday season, um, which I'm sure is probably due to that Japan only price drop it mentions here. So that being said,
Plus, they had a lot
yeah,
of
go ahead.
supply chain issues with the Nintendo Switch too. I know, like it was really
For sure
difficult to
there
get
is,
your
yeah.
hands on it.
Mm-hmm. That being said, the previous quarter three was even stronger for Sony with 9.5 million PS5 units sold. So yeah, no, it's just a quick little update on how the PS5 has been selling. Good for them. I think they deserve the sales.
It's
I don't
interesting
know.
to me that like when a company posts really good sales later into the like development cycle of their system, like for the PS5, right? It's been out for several years now, and
Hmm.
like I'm just wondering, what are these sales attributed to? Is it being attributed to the fact that people finally have saved up enough to be able to buy one and the games that they want? Is it that they are a multi PS5 household? Like what is causing that rise in PS5 sales?
Well, I think over the holiday season, specifically over Black Friday, I think PS5 was the only one to have a console like a price decrease.
Hmm.
So whereas Switch 2 and Xbox didn't chose not to lower the price on their consoles, PlayStation did, and I think that led to a huge surge in sales. So
Yeah.
um, so yeah, just and I think people are realizing too. A lot of people are realizing that consoles, if you want one, you should probably just buy one now because they're not getting cheaper; they're getting more expensive, which is crazy to even have those words leave my lips.
They're
But
already so expensive.
yeah, dude. It's crazy that the cheapest PS5 you could get was at launch. I mean, isn't that
Yeah.
isn't that insane to say?
That is insane. Like, and that's when I got mine after like having three computers open and refreshing like Walmart and Best Buy and Amazon, all the places I could, and trying to buy one. Like it was an absolutely ridiculous purchasing experience. And now it's ridiculous, but for other reasons, like just because of how expensive things have gotten, right? So yeah, I guess the price drop would do that. And I know it's fascinating to me because it's like what brings people back to a system that has been out for several years. Like what makes them think that now is the time to buy it. I'd love to dig into that data. I'm a numbers guy, so
Yeah, I'm sure
if
Sony
they had
has
it, I'd look at
has.
it.
I'm sure they have some sort of data on that.
I'm sure
Um,
they do. Sony, if you're listening, send me that data because I will analyze it for you for free.
for wow,
For
that
free.
is a
Yep.
wonderful offer.
I will look it over and I'll figure out what's driving people to purchase so many PlayStation 5s right now when it's been out since when did it come out? 2020?
Yeah, correct. So, nothing really. I mean, there's a couple of the interesting things in this report. Another one is PlayStation Network's monthly active users for the quarter were 132 million, up from 129 million in quarter three of the previous year, and from 119 million in quarter two of the fiscal year. So, they're getting a lot more people either just joining PSN or just from buying PS5s that weren't part
Yeah.
of PSN before. So their active users are climbing, you know, quite steadily. So
I mean, it's kind of a requirement, right? Like if you own a PlayStation, you kind of have to have PlayStation Network.
at this point, yeah, I mean, I don't. Right. I mean, in this day and age, I don't know who's buying these new consoles and not connecting to the, online service.
Yeah,
Um,
you kind of have to. Like the way that they've made it so that you can't access things without getting that access. It's basically a requirement, which I don't know. It is what it is. It's like a necessary evil, right? Like you get a lot of perks with it, but it's like what tier do you want to be, and you just settle into that tier. I've got I don't know the highest tier because I got a portal, and I like being able to stream from my portal and having
exactly.
access to like the retro games and things like that. So that's what I go with. But it hurts every year when my bill comes, and I'm like, oof, is that how much I've been paying for this?
It's like 160 or whatever it is, 100 and I know. Yeah, because I pay for it too, man. And I also do it for the portal for the streaming from the cloud.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
that.
it's
So
been great. Yeah, I do love the streaming from the cloud, and it's helped me during my quarantine to not get sick.
oh yeah, dude. Yeah, right. It's kept you busy, kept you entertained. Oh man. Yeah. Well, I guess kind of another good segue because we're talking about console sales. On the other side of the pond, Xbox hardware sales slump by 32% as Microsoft reports that its overall gaming revenue is in decline. So this comes way of PC Gamer. And yeah, so Xbox, not surprisingly, not doing very good. Um, as far as console sales go, I'm not talking gaming sales or revenue, but
Yeah,
it says here its Xbox hardware revenue continues to fall, and even its overall gaming services revenues are on the slide. So it says here Xbox hardware revenues are reportedly down by 32% in the final quarter of 2025. Now, by the way, this is this is stacking on the already like down 20%, down 30%, down 40%. You know what I mean? Like this is on top of
yeah,
all that already. It's not like a
yeah. It's
new like
compounding.
it's yeah. So this is bad. I mean, this is why Xbox is putting their games on their competitors' platforms now, right? Like PS5 and some Switch, but they need to now because Xbox is just not selling enough to sustain the
Well,
games.
I don't know about that because I think they did it to themselves because they for some reason, and I haven't been able to connect the dots to this, so I'd be curious as to your thoughts because, like a few years back, like especially during the Activision acquisition, I mean they were killing it, the highest sales ever, and like highest revenue ever, and there were no downturns,
Hmm.
and they were like laying people off by the hundreds and thousands even,
Yep.
and a friend of mine was part of that and was just like I don't understand why they're doing this, and now like after all those layoffs, they started saying this is an Xbox and this is an Xbox. They started running these different ads like, oh yeah, you got a cell phone, this is an Xbox. Oh, you've got a smartwatch, that's an Xbox, right?
Yeah.
Like they started to take the novelty and like the importance away from their actual hardware and put it into their cloud streaming services. And so that I think has caused the tanking of their console
Oh,
selling,
100%. That's why.
but at the
Yep.
same time like people are like when you do that you're going to create distrust with your fans and your users, and they're probably not going to be interested in the streaming services either because like well I'm going to buy all these games or I'm going to have all these games, like why would I continue to invest more money in a company that is tanking itself on purpose? And so Xbox probably seeing the writing on the wall, and this is what I would do is they made a big power play that's not working for them, and now they're saying, "Crap, maybe we need to start putting our games on other consoles and expanding our reach to kind of backpedal the damage that we've done."
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, Kyle. When they purchased Activision, Blizzard, and all that, what a few years ago, whatever that was, that's really that was kind of the catalyst, right? Like that to me is what really signaled them because It was a 70 billion they bought that for, almost 70 billion. I think it
Yeah,
was. So it's
yeah, it was
like,
a lot.
well, you have to show something for that. You have to show like why something we have to get some sort of return out of this humongous investment that we just did. So, Big Daddy Microsoft looks at Xbox and like, well, you gotta this isn't gonna cut it. You you gotta show me something for this investment here. So I mean, yeah, but buying Activision Blizzard was just a small step, and then then Xbox, or I should say Microsoft, was, well, this is more recent, but they wanted Xbox to show a 30% profit, right?
Yeah.
Whereas PlayStation, I believe it's only like 10%. So that's just not something you can really do. And that right there too is I was reading is what kind of forced them to be like, okay, now we need to put everything on every platform we can.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's why they raised the Game Pass, to $30 a month now. And I used to
Dang,
subscribe to
30
Game
bucks a
Pass.
month.
Yeah, dude, it was at 20, and then they raised it by 50%. They raised it to $30 a month for the Game Pass
Yeah.
Ultimate.
Dang. I was just doing the math. It was like, I mean, it makes sense. 360, right? Which is one of their consoles. So maybe they did it
Right.
with that in mind. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's really interesting because, and I'm sure I'm looking at it through maybe a smaller lens because they're making bigger plays, looking at least I hope looking years ahead. But to me, the way that they're acting, it's almost like they put all their eggs in the cloud streaming bucket or in the cloud streaming basket because of Nvidia, right? Where Nvidia's basically pioneering cloud streaming, has been for some time. Sony's doing it as well. Sony brought out the Portal, but they launched it like a year or two too early, and they're finally
Yeah.
now getting it to streaming and getting their streaming services up. Now Xbox kind of made that same play, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you don't need your hardware, and all these things can be." It's like everyone puts Doom on every single electronic that you can find, right? Like Xbox kind of went that route with Xbox, and I don't think it's working out very well for them. And I think to recoup a lot of those costs and damage, that I mean, I'm happy about it because I'm gonna get Halo on the
Yeah, now
PlayStation.
we're
Oh my
getting
god,
we're
are
getting
you kidding
Halo and
me?
Fable and Forza and
I
Gears
know,
and
like, dude, and like for me, that's fantastic. But I do, I I don't like the idea of Xbox consoles necessarily going away because I do think that competition between systems provides us with more advanced technology and makes people push themselves harder. Like if Xbox consoles go away, then I don't know if Sony is going to have enough motivation to make their next consoles really incredible. So that is a concern of mine, but at the same time, like I also get Halo on my PlayStation, so I don't know,
yeah,
like
I
it's
know that's. I
double
guess you have
edged.
Nintendo, but I know that's kind of a different audience. I
It's no, like it's weird because Nintendo is almost like over here in their own space, right? Like PlayStation and Xbox are like
Right.
constantly button heads, and have been for years and years. Like even South Park, right? Like South Park did an amazing couple of episodes on Xbox and PlayStation, and the battle between them. But like Nintendo's just always kind of been doing their own thing, and they've been very successful doing their own thing.
Yeah, they have. I mean, bar maybe like the Wii U, but that was I think that was a more of a naming mishap on their end. The Wii U, but yeah, no, I agree. I wonder what Xbox as a console going away completely means. I don't, does it mean that Sony's going to be less consumer friendly? Are they gonna be emboldened to make a higher price for their console? You know,
Yeah, dang it, I knew it.
it it makes you wonder if that's going to be, even though it's rumored that their console is going to be more affordable because they're choosing cheaper parts to put in the PS6, but we'll see if that what that manifests into.
Yeah, time will
So
tell, huh?
yeah, so it's kind of crazy right now. We're kind of seeing Xbox as a platform, as a console, kind of on their way out. They're of course the Xbox as a publisher isn't going away, right? Because they own. I think they're the biggest publisher right now, aren't they? I'm pretty sure they are.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I think so. With especially with that acquisition of Activision, Blizzard.
yeah. So I don't know. I don't know Xbox. We'll see what happens. Um, and well, on that note, kind of keep it going, Kyle. Related to Xbox because there's some Xbox. This is an Xbox Studio. Looks like Obsidian admits Avowed and The Outer Worlds 2 missed sales expectations. So this came out
Hmm.
about a week ago, but week and a half ago maybe. But yeah, Obsidian. It says here Obsidian is often described as Xbox's one of Xbox's most active studios, which they are. In 2025 alone, the developer released three major titles. The first was Avowed, and then Grounded 2 launched in early access, and then we have The Outer Worlds 2 arrived at the end of October. So, let's see. So, how did these games perform commercially? Well, an interview with Obsidian leaders Fergus Urquhart and Josh Sawyer and Brandon Adler sheds light on the situation, and the picture is not entirely positive. So it says here, let me scroll down here a little bit. Both Avowed and the Outer Worlds 2 failed to reach Microsoft's sales targets, while Grounded 2 met expectations and is considered a success. So that's good, at least. Um, they're not disasters, studio head Fergus Urquhart says. I'm not going to say this was a kick in the teeth. It was more like, that sucks. What are we learning? So, while releasing three games in a single year may seem impressive, Obsidian now believes it was maybe a mistake. So, only Grounded 2 performed as expected, while the other two titles, each developed over more than 6 years, fell short commercially. And as a result, the studio is now rethinking its approach. I
Yeah.
don't think anybody really likes 5, 6, 7 year dev cycles. We've kind of grown into that, explained Brandon Adler, director of The Outer Worlds 2. Now, and from what I understand too, I think The Outer Worlds 2 did so poorly that they're done with Outer Worlds. Like, I don't think there's going to be an Outer Worlds 3, they were saying. So,
Yeah, and I remember when Outer Worlds 2 came out, it was like a silent launch. Like I had
right,
no idea that they were even working on Outer Worlds 2. It just kind of came to be. Like I think I saw it in the PlayStation Store as like
right,
a live game, and I was like, I, I I didn't even realize that they were working on this. Like I thought Outer Worlds 1 was still a thing.
right. It just kind of came and went.
Yeah, and like I guess it's kind of a when you're a big studio that's known for certain games and like these days, like with internet and information just being so readily available at your fingertips so quickly, like I remember back in the day, Game Informer, you go to Blockbuster or whatever, and you pick up your issue of Game Informer, like, or it would get sent to you in the mail, and that's how you would get your gaming news, right? Like nowadays, everything just comes immediately, and I think
Yeah,
people are getting tired of like these really long development cycles where a game gets announced 5 years out, right? And they are starting to associate with these studios like you're only good for one thing. Like we're only thinking about like Obsidian did. Um, um, what's the shoot? What's the one that they just remastered? Um,
uh, oh, you're thinking because they did Fallout, right? Fallout New Vegas, right? Is that what Obsidian?
right, like yeah. So like they're known for Fallout and what's the crap? It was before
Oh,
Skyrim.
Oblivion.
Yeah, Oblivion. Isn't that remastered
But
by
that was but
Obsidian?
that was Bethesda though.
Oh, Bethesda. Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess what I'm getting at though is like people are expecting certain games from developers, and like when developers release other games without like hyping them up enough, the people don't like buy into them because they're expecting certain games from these developers, and that's like all that they want, and they're like going to hold on to that with a death grip. It also sounds though too like Microsoft, since Microsoft owns them, Microsoft is like setting goals for them, and they're probably
Right.
stretch goals because Microsoft really has been pushing the envelope and trying to do some interesting moves in the gaming space. So I feel like studios are probably suffering because of that, right?
Oh yeah, for sure they are. I mean, they put a lot of I don't know. I think they put a lot of unwanted pressure on the studios, you know? I mean,
Yeah, that's a good way to say it.
because I mean, yeah, if you don't do good, I don't know. They closed Tango. They made that Hi-Fi Rush. Is that what it's called? And I thought that game did. Oh, maybe it didn't do as good as I thought, but I thought it did decent, and it was a great game. And then Microsoft shut them down not too long after that game released. I mean, so it's like I don't know. I don't know what their expectations are. I guess I don't know how much they wanted of that game to sell, but it must not have met or even got close to the goal that Microsoft
I
wanted for
mean, like maybe
Hi-Fi Rush.
try some marketing, and
Right.
like a gameplay demo or something. Like it drops so silently. I didn't even realize it, and that was just my experience. I'm not like obviously the average gamer for
Well, yeah,
everybody, but
I think Hi-Fi Rush even got didn't that got shadow dropped, so that didn't help it either. You know what I mean? So there was no marketing for
yeah.
that game at all.
And like when the timing for when a game comes out too, like it's really crucial. I can't remember what game was being worked on. It might have been the Hogwarts game, but there was a game that was being worked on that was about to drop and conflict with another major release. And the studio, I'm pretty sure it was Hogwarts. The studio like intentionally withheld the game to work on bugs and released it later, like the following year after a couple of months during a better window. Because number one, it gave them the opportunity to fix bugs, which was great, but also gave them a better release window because they weren't going to interfere with like a gigantic Modern Warfare 2 drop that everybody had been waiting for, right? Like
Oh, yep.
that release window is really important, and I know because like Activision and other game studios, they have like a list of game drops that are going to be happening, and they're like coordinating not only with their own departments and their own studios that are releasing games, but also competitively to figure out when is the best time to drop these games so that users don't have to choose between one or the other because we don't want to lose that battle. We just want it to do well because it's not competing with other revenue from other games. I'm pretty sure it was Hogwarts that did that. That was a really smart play because I mean that game blew up and became absolutely massive because of
Oh
that
yeah. I mean,
delay.
Hogwarts has sold tens of millions of copies at this point.
Yeah, even with all the protests and things that were happening around it because of the writer, like the game still did absolutely wonderfully. And I mean,
Oh
to
yeah,
its
it
credit,
did.
like it is a lot of fun to play. Like I absolutely love that game.
I plan on playing it one day. I haven't gotten to it yet, and and I have no excuse because it's included in your premium subscription. So I
Is
haven't.
it free? I should have waited to play it.
Yeah, it
Oh
is.
my gosh, unbelievable!
I should say it's free if you have premium, but
It's yeah, it's freemium, right? Like it's
you're right.
expensive to
Yeah,
get.
they added
It's
it. They added it a
it's
while ago, so I should probably get on it because it's probably it'll probably be out of there soon.
if you like Harry Potter, like if you like the movies or the books in any way, shape, or form, it's such a fun experience. Like, and even if you don't, it's you'll miss out on some of the references and some of like why things are the way that they are and why they're important. But for the most part, I mean, it's such a great game. It's like one of my favorite games I've played in a long time.
Wow, awesome. I mean, yeah, no, I definitely everything I've seen on it and all the videos and trailers I've watched on it, it looks fun. It looks like a good time for sure. All the spells you can use and tinker around with, and it I would definitely enjoy it. But
And I did bring up a list. I brought up a list because I was curious, like what is Obsidian known for? And I think you're right. I think maybe they're known probably the best for Fallout New Vegas. Like they did the Outer Worlds, and the Outer Worlds I never really got into it. I saw it. It didn't really look like something that was for me. They also did Knights of the Old Republic 2 and
Oh,
Neverwinter
right. Yeah.
Nights 2. So they're kind of all over the place, and like they have, in that they have picked up sequels to some really big games. Like Neverwinter Nights 1 was from BioWare, and I forget who did the Knights of the Old Republic originally. Um, but they're kind of known for picking up other games, and then for Fallout New Vegas, right? So maybe if they had been a little bit more heavy handed with their marketing and trying to get gamer feedback on these things and pushing them out, then they would have seen better sales. But I think it's also that Microsoft has high expectations and they can't always be met, right? Like sometimes they are
Yeah, true.
unrealistic, and you just got to do like what you said. Big Daddy Microsoft, I think, is what you said.
Yeah.
You have to do what Big Daddy Microsoft says because
You
they're
gotta, at the end of the
they're
day,
the
man,
boss.
it's their, yeah,
Yeah,
it's their decision. So, but that's fine. I mean, so there won't be an Outer Worlds 3, but it looks like that there is going to be future titles in the Avowed universe. So I think
yeah.
Avowed being a new IP, they were kind of given some slack. So sounds like we will probably see an Avowed 2 in the future at some point, but when, who knows? So,
They also did the Stick of Truth, South Park, the
oh,
Stick of Truth.
oh, that was Obsidian. Oh, I thought that was Ubisoft for some reason. That was Obsidian, huh? Oh, okay.
According to Google, which we all know Google is right about everything.
I mean, yeah. Well, obviously. So, sorry about that. Oh, a little cough. But all right. Well, moving on. Kyle, there's something that you'll like. Well, I don't know if you'll like the news itself, but you'll like that it's talking about Final Fantasy, of course.
Always.
Um, but yeah, according to this article from Softonic, the sequel to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, so whatever they call the third game in the franchise, will be released simultaneously on various platforms. So, after several years of exclusives for specific consoles, the company has decided to release its games on various platforms, including PS5, PC, Switch 2, and Xbox Series X and S. This evolution began with Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, which is already available on both Switch 2 and Microsoft consoles.
Yeah,
So,
I
um,
love it. And you know what I
yeah,
didn't hear in there? I didn't hear PS4.
yeah, right. That's the important thing. Yeah,
Because I know I say it every time, but I'm tired of games being made
cater to the
to
old
to cater
generation.
to the, yeah. I want to see games that cater to our current generation because they're already talking about PS6. Like, let's get games for the current
Off of
generation, and
PS4.
I think it's great. Like they're making games that are going to be on the Switch too, and like the Final Fantasy experience is just so wonderful. Like, why not open it up so that everyone can enjoy it and experience it and like go through those emotions of taking your team to save the world.
I agree. Yeah, no, it's this is I see this as a very good thing. So more people to experience these games, the better. I agree. It says here the director of Rebirth, Naoki Hamaguchi, has confirmed that both this title and its sequel, Part 3, are scheduled to be released simultaneously on multiple platforms, which could happen between 2027 and 2028. This strategy reinforces Square Enix's commitment to eliminating exclusivity agreements, a decision that has been supported by legendary figures within the company, such as Yoshinori Kitase, the historic producer of Final Fantasy, and Yuji Horii, the creator of Dragon Quest. Both have expressed their vision that video games should be accessible to a wide audience without barriers to entry. So,
I love that. I
yeah,
love it.
yeah, me too. Uh, Says here, as technology advances, it is possible to offer top-notch gaming experiences regardless of the platform chosen by the player. So, What's cool here is additionally the support for Xbox Cloud Gaming and the Xbox Play Anywhere functionality have added an extra level of flexibility, allowing players to transfer their progress between devices, even on handhelds like the ROG Xbox Ally. This strategy not only broadens access to games, but also seems to position Square Enix on a more competitive path within the renewed interest in JRPGs. So that sounds good to me. I mean, this pretty much
Yeah.
confirms that we'll see the third game, which, by the way, I'm going to call it here, Kyle. I think it's going to be called Reunion.
That's
So,
been going around for a while, and I know there were a lot of people that were trying to debunk it, and I think it was because of Crisis Core.
yeah, I know, because that one's called. Yeah, I know. But I don't know. I just have a. It could. You know what's funny? Before Resident Evil 9 came out, I actually guessed maybe Requiem, but now I'm like, oh, no, they won't. They won't do that now. So, Requiem is
Yeah.
out of the window. Is out the door, I
I was
think.
wondering if it was a play on the words, right? Because you've got remake, and then you've got rebirth. So you're remaking it, and now it's a rebirth. What goes with that? Like, what's the progression from remake to rebirth
Almost like an ending.
to
Maybe reconclusion. No, I'm kidding.
Wouldn't that be like honestly, if they did that, I wouldn't even be upset about it because I would just think like, okay, they just are playing to their fan base right now. Like,
Right. I laugh at it and I'd just be like, okay, now just give me the game. I don't
yeah,
even care.
exactly. Just I don't really care what it's called. I just want the game.
Yeah, no. So, I mean, I don't know. I think it's cool, man. I mean, good. I mean, I'm happy for Square because Square doesn't seem to ever be, happy about their financials or their game sales. They're always kind of complaining about their game sales. So,
Yeah, like I remember
ma-
we talked about this with 16, right? It was just like
right.
16 was I thought 16 was a masterpiece. Like it was so good and they complained about the sales of it. And I guess yeah, if it's not in the hands of every living human, they're missing out, but
Yeah, I mean it sold a few million within the first week, only on
yeah.
PS5, and I'm like, how are you mad about that? I don't know, man. It's weird.
Yeah. High expectations.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Yeah, I'll look forward to whenever that gets announced and
Me too, man. Oh, I've got to set up like some systems to remind myself when the collector's edition goes on sale because I would
mm,
love to snag
oh,
the
dude.
collector's edition.
Yeah, make sure you get on that fast cuz I'm sure that's probably going to sell out
Oh
pretty
yeah,
quickly. I bet you it does.
I got the Rebirth collector's edition on sale, like when it went not on sale, but when it went on sale, and it was so hard to get. Like I had to like I was doing my Hail Marys and I said a little prayer to like Algo Jesus and everything like, and it was and I actually got it. I've got Sephiroth actually sitting back here behind me, and it would just be really great to get the third one to add to my nerdy collection behind me.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. All right. Well, we got a couple just two more stories left here. This one I wanted to touch on, Kyle, because this is interesting. Um, This comes way of GameSpot.com. It says here GTA 6 is still on track for November release as marketing campaign kicks off this summer, which Rockstar has said that they will be doing. So, uh, as part of Take-Two's earnings announcement today, the company confirmed that Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto 6 remains on track for release on November 19th, 2026. There was no reason to believe it might be delayed again, but the company said today that it remains on track. So, GTA 6 was originally set to release in fall 2025 before it shifted to May 26th of this year, and then again to November 19th of the same year, this year. So Rockstar said it needed more time to make the game the best it could be. Um, Take Two boss Strauss Zelnick told IGN that marketing for GTA 6 will begin in earnest this summer. Anytime you're getting closer to marketing beats, you're obviously in a place where your confidence level is as high as it can be, he said, of GTA 6 making it out on time this November. Uh, Pretty much every high-profile game that Rockstar has made has been delayed multiple times, so it was no surprise to see GTA 6 get delayed. If it were to get delayed again, however, that would move the game into rare territory, as Rockstar has not historically delayed games twice. This does not count any internal delays that are never communicated publicly. So, um, yeah, dude, it sounds like if they're ramping up efforts to get marketing out into the public this summer. So, sounds like we might actually get GTA 6 this November, man. What do you
Oh,
think?
baby. I think I need to put in my PTO request a little bit early so that obviously it's not to play video games if my boss is listening to this. It's because I have
Right.
actual stuff. I have stuff to do.
Yeah, I'm
But
busy that week for sure.
yeah, I'm definitely busy. I did not take off time for the Final Fantasy Rebirth release. Nope, definitely didn't do that
No, of
either.
course not,
No,
man.
it sounds great. I'm honestly really excited to see what their marketing campaign is going to look like because the last two videos that they've dropped with the music from Tom Petty and the other I misnamed them, but the Twisted Sisters, I think, is what it is. I'll have to look it up. But the song is Hot Together, and then you got Tom Petty's Long Road. Like those marketing campaigns that they did gathered like
Yeah.
billions of views, and
Oh yeah, dude. It's
that was all they did.
it's great.
They just dropped them, right? No like announcement of hey, we're dropping the video. It was
No, I
just like
know.
boom, it dropped. It was just like it actually exploded, and so to just I just want to be a fly on the wall of one of their marketing meetings to see what they're gonna do for marketing this summer
Yeah,
because I think it's gonna be fantastic.
me too. I wonder when they're gonna drop like their first like gameplay trailer, where it shows like like moment to moment gameplay. That's really what I want to see. I mean, these
Yeah,
trailers look, these CGI trailers look great. They look fantastic. It got me excited, got me hyped. It did what it's supposed to do. But now I'm just curious. I just want to see what the game is actually going to look like when I'm controlling the characters. You know what I mean? Like
yes.
I'm eager to see how it looks as I'm holding the controller and I'm walking around in this world, as I'm going through, the water, as I'm going through the city, as I'm driving in a
Ooh, the
car, like
water.
how are the people going to react to me as I'm, getting too close to them? So, um, that's all I that's all I want to know about this.
And I looked it up just now. It's I keep saying Twisted Sisters. I don't know why. It's the Pointer Sisters. Hot Together by the Pointer Sisters, and then you've got Love Is a Long Road by Tom Petty. Those are the two songs that they used that just saw tremendous downloads and play. And when they used them in the Rockstar video for Grand Theft Auto 6. But you're right. Like I'm really excited for the water stuff. Like I've seen I mean all this stuff, but like it's in Florida and water is like part of Florida. So like are we going to get to go out and go sport fishing? Like and just is there just going to be
Mm.
like a sport fishing activity that you can do where you like get a big cruise or like a what would you call it like a big outboard boat and you go sport fishing or is there going to be like wakeboarding mini games and like jet skiing and scuba diving and all this stuff? I think I mentioned this before, but like in the plot for After the Sunset, where there's a big cruise ship that pulls into the harbor, and they go underwater to sneak onto the cruise ship to steal a diamond. Like, are we gonna do that in Grand Theft Auto 6? Like, that would be sweet.
That'd be awesome.
Like,
Yeah.
there's just so much stuff that they could do away from land by having that setting in Florida. Like obviously Florida makes for a great land setting too because you've got like the buildings and the like nightlife and the scenery and everything, but there's so much access to water. I think if they didn't use that it would be very short-sighted picking
Yeah.
Florida.
They've got to utilize that for sure. They know where they're at. They know their location.
But they
I
haven't
think they're gonna
shown me
lean into
anything.
it. Yeah, like oh man, you said it, but like yeah, like a yacht heist, dude. Like how sick would that
Oh
be?
my gosh, that would be
That would
so cool.
be
Dude, like imagine you're underwater and you're like swimming through the coral reefs and stuff. You've got like maybe you've got those little like underwater propeller things and you climb up the side of like a yacht and you go on board and you like I don't know, lock everybody down into the um like into like a lower level or something and you go and just like steal everything and I mean it would just be there's so much that they can do just in the water alone.
I know.
I'm
Yeah.
very hyped for this game. I want to see what they've got.
I'm excited. Yeah, I want to see like how they're gonna, because I'm sure they're gonna have it. I want to see like how they're gonna handle like fishing and just the aquatic life in general. Like, what are they gonna
Yeah,
have for the aquatic life? I'm sure they're gonna have sharks because I think some yeah I think
yeah.
Floridians have run-ins with sharks once in a while out there. So like what are they gonna?
Alligators.
Yeah, gators. Oh yeah, for sure they gotta have that. Um,
Yeah.
I'm sure they're gonna have like some part of they're gonna have some swamplands. I'd
Oh man,
imagine somewhere.
so cool with like one of those hovercraft, right, with the giant fan behind you. Like
Yeah, going through that.
imagine getting that out of the swamp though, and just taking it into the streets, right?
Oh
Like
man, yeah, watching everyone freak out. Guys, what?
exactly,
What? Where you
yeah.
going? What? I want to show you what I got.
Yeah, come get on. I got free candy.
I got free candy. It's my pet. Don't run
Yeah,
away.
it's I got this alligator here. No, there's really so much that they can do. So for me, I think that they intentionally chose that location because of um, the Vice City, right? So I think they chose it because
Right.
of that, because that's like a classic that everybody absolutely loves. But they also must know that the water aspect of it is just such a huge part of what makes Miami and Florida Florida. So they haven't shown much. Like they've really just shown people driving through the streets, hopping cars, and like alligators doing stuff, and like just like kind
Right.
of crazy videos. They haven't shown anything in the water yet, and I love water so much. I really want them to have
Yeah.
taken full
I think they
advantage of the
showed
water.
the only thing they showed water wise. Didn't they show you like hopping on like a jet ski or something like that, or like one? I can't
Which,
remember,
like,
but
duh. I mean, you could do that in other games.
you're right.
Like, you
Right.
could ride a jet ski, but can you do a heist?
Yeah.
Can I go commandeer a cruise ship like out of the harbor and like drive a cruise ship off with 1,000 people on board? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Show me like just or even something even simpler. Like, just show me scuba diving. Like that would even just get me excited. You know.
Heck yeah.
Uh,
Scuba diving, a wakeboard mini game like the old one from PS2, the Sean Murray. Um,
right.
I forget the full name. It's got like a really long name, but like something like that. I mean, that would be great. Like I know because they say that they're gonna have like a Muscle Beach type thing where you could actually do like physical exercise
I believe so. Yeah,
on the
I believe
beach.
I read that.
Yeah, so stuff like that. So like they've got that. I mean, they've got to have other sports and activities to do.
Oh yeah,
Fishing.
they're gonna have. I think they're gonna have a ton, and they're gonna have the.
Yeah.
I'm curious, like the radio stations that they're gonna have. Like they're gonna have, like some of
Yeah.
those. Dude, those talk stations are like legendary, and the other ones, like
Yeah.
I
Oh
would
yeah.
just. I would sit there and I would just park. I would I would park somewhere, Kyle, and I would just listen to like one of the talk shows, and I would just sit there for a really long time, just listening to it and laughing at it.
Yeah. No, they were great. I love it. Usually though, when I play, because I still do hop into GTA 5. When I do, I turn the I turn the radio stations off, or I put them to like the music, like the 80s rock music, so that like my kids, they don't
Mm,
really hear it because it's pretty vulgar. And that's actually one thing too that it always bothered me about the first Grand Theft Auto, or the Grand Theft Auto 5, is how vulgar that they are. Like I'm a little bit more traditional. I tend to not have like I don't use like curse words really very often or anything. Like
no, same, yeah.
I'm like that, and the amount of f bombs and the vulgarity that they used in 5 just for the sake of like getting that reaction, I thought that actually took me out of the immersion of the game quite a lot, because it was just for the sake of like being nasty, if you will, and being vulgar versus like
Especially if you were
actually.
Trevor.
Right, dude. No, like I mean, he just had to like turn his voice off because it was just like every other word. It's like
Oh
F
yeah, dude,
this
Trevor
and
was
mother F that,
a
and
bucket of
like
laughs.
sometimes just two in a row or three in a row because of whatever. And like I feel like situational f bombs or situational like words like that are more impactful than just being vulgar to be vulgar, because it actually does ruin that immersiveness that you get from the video game. Like at least for me, it does. It takes me out of it. I'm like, oh, what am I doing here? Because this guy just can't stop swearing, and
Just kind of,
it's
yeah,
just
you're
it's
just focused on that, and nothing else.
right. Like, why is he saying this so much? Like, give me the context of the situation more. And like, yeah, he got his arm blown off. Okay, that's appropriate to drop something, but like, I mean, somebody just looked at me weird, like walking down the street. Like, I don't feel like that deserves a whole
It
string
warrants
back. Yeah,
Three F bombs in
And
a
it's
row.
and for me it's just about immersion. Like I'm not saying make it G rated so that little kids can play it. I'm saying like don't break the immersion just because you want to be vulgar.
Be cool, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. So,
Which I know they're going to be vulgar. I'm just going to have to deal with it.
yeah, oh
Put my
yeah,
pants
oh
on.
yeah, it's coming. It's coming, man. Um, but yeah, well, cool. Looking forward to that. Looks like it's actually going to release this November, so
So
look
excited.
forward to that for sure. All right, well, for our last story here, this is just kind of something small, but I thought worth mentioning. It's looks like Microsoft is targeting the Halo remake for PS5, well, and Xbox and PC for release this summer. So this comes way of PushSquare.com. It says here Microsoft is planning to put Halo Campaign Evolved on PS5 during the summer months, according to a new report from The Verge covering Xbox's plans for 2026. Sources speaking to the outlet claim Microsoft is tentatively targeting a release over the summer. It then has Fable in autumn, and then Gears of War E-Day is on course for a release in the second half of 2026, the site claims. So, now, to be clear, Gears of War E-Day hasn't been formally announced for PS5 yet, but I'm sure it's going to be. So, but
Yeah.
after Gears of War Reloaded brought the franchise to PlayStation for the first time, it's expected that the upcoming prequel will be available on PS5 as well. Microsoft is reportedly keen to avoid clashing with the November 2026 launch of GTA 6, as they should.
I was going to
According
point that out, but yeah.
Yeah, like yeah, stay far away from GTA 6.
Yeah, don't do it. You'll just tank your game.
Exactly. According to The Verge, so final release dates aren't locked in just yet. Elsewhere, the recently revealed Kiln from Double Fine is supposedly launching in April, which is also confirmed for PS5. And new Starfield content will reportedly come out soon. It's been rumored a PS5 version is in the works, and will launch alongside a major 2.0 update and second expansion. Which, by the way, Starfield, I don't know if you knew this, Kyle, is rumored to release on PS5, I believe, April 7th. That's the rumor. So,
Really.
yeah, yeah. So,
That would be cool.
uh,
I mean, I've heard good things.
I played it a little bit on Game Pass when I used to have Game Pass. I played about 15, 20 hours of it. It's okay. I wasn't really feeling it, but yeah, I
Is
mean, I
it
think
Oh, Star Citizen. That's the one I'm thinking of, not Starfield. Star Citizen's the PC specific one where there were a lot of streamers that were streaming it. Like I remember watching a couple videos with Jack Frags where it was just like Star Citizen was the one that just had like this open, expansive universe, and Starfield was the one by Xbox that was like trying to be kind of like it, but it kind of fell flat a little bit, and I get them
yeah,
confused all the time.
you can't fly around the planet like you can like No Man's Sky, and
Yeah,
I don't know. I played it. I wasn't impressed, but I mean, like a lot. But you know what though? A lot of people do like it, so I'm sure there's
yeah.
gonna be plenty of PS5 fans that probably like it. So, um,
Interesting release window though, the summertime for Halo, because I know summertime can be pretty big for games. So maybe they're trying to be like the number one drop when that happens in the summertime. Because like you got summer break, kids are out of school. I'm gonna
right?
be off of work during that time, whatever date it comes out. Because
Yeah, just
not for Halo or anything, of course. It'll be
no,
for
because
others.
you're probably gonna have like a cold coming on. I think that's probably why.
Yeah, I think I'll have a cold or like a trip or something like that
Yeah,
planned. But
something going on anyway that's gonna be happening that week that where you just won't be able to make it in work. You know?
I need to know the exact day early enough so that, of course, I can make sure that those things overlap.
Yeah, yeah. No, naturally, man.
No, it's good. I actually, my thought is, for the Halo release, my thought is to go kind of old school, like and just take myself and somebody's back into the day and like maybe do like a little like guys night get together where we order pizza, we get some energy drinks or Mountain Dew or something, and just
Yeah,
like
dude. Old
play
school.
and just play a little bit of campaign evolve for a couple of hours, like depending on what the multiplayer abilities look like in the game, if there are any. um, that would be my goal for that release is not just sit back in silence and play it by myself, but like just
Yeah,
take myself back to that time period.
I think they're putting in a four-player co-op this time, so that'll be fun. I think they are removing like the multiplayer component of it, so like no like deathmatch or any of that.
Yeah,
I think it's just gonna have the campaign, and then you can play with your buddies if you want cooperatively. They're gonna have that. So
right, because it's campaign evolved and not
mhm,
Halo evolved. I think they're saving the multiplayer for later
for the next big
development.
Halo game.
Right. Well, they may go through and I don't know. I've been trying to figure out like what are they like what could they be doing? They could do the multiplayer aspect of it after the campaign comes out, or they could work their way down the list and do like campaign two evolve, campaign three, and then do multiplayer like when they've got enough games out that have people's attention. I really couldn't tell you. I'm just excited
Mm.
for it either way. Like I can't wait to play.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited. It looks really good. I want to see one more trailer, just maybe a different part of the campaign, maybe. But I mean, I think I've already seen enough, obviously, because it just looks really, really good. But
Yeah.
one more would be I'd be cool with, just to
I
kind
wouldn't
of get
mind
me even more
another
excited.
one, two, three trailers in one month until release would be
Well, I
great.
don't want the whole I don't want the whole dang campaign to be, I shouldn't say spoiled because I've already played through it, but I mean, I don't want to see the whole dang thing before I play it. I want to be somewhat wowed.
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm getting real excited. It's just I was thinking, back when they announced like Gears of War and Sea of Thieves and all these other games that were coming out, I was like, I wonder if Halo will ever come out for the PlayStation. And sure enough, we got that announcement, and I mean, yeah, it's just
Yeah,
it's such an interesting time that we live in, and it's like that game that's going to bring you back to why gaming was fun. I think, which is why
for
it's
sure.
going to
Yeah,
be a big deal at launch.
yeah, yeah. And with that, all pillars of Xbox are going to be on PlayStation. So that's kind of a crazy. I never thought I was going to live in this kind of timeline where I would see this.
Yeah, no, it's great. I love it because now I don't have to go out and buy an Xbox to be able to play the games that I really want to play. There's just this collaboration that's happening where games are coming onto systems that they didn't historically used to be on, which is great. I love it.
Yeah, me too, man. No, it's great. So yeah, I'm excited for that. I hope they maybe I hope they announce that soon. They might announce the Starfield release date at the State of Play that PlayStation's having tomorrow, which is what our final thing we'll move on to. I just want to go
Yeah.
through. Well, we'll move through it quickly, Kyle. I know you kind of have to go here pretty soon, so we'll just move through this pretty quick. But so yeah, there's a State of Play tomorrow from PlayStation, and it's going to be over 60 minutes long. So this is the longest State of Play I think they've had. Period. I believe. Um, but or at least in
Man,
a very
that
long
that
time.
means that means something is coming.
It,
If they're dropping 60 minutes of state
yeah.
of play, I get the inkling. Like, remember when God of War the remake was announced? I mean, they had like a massive event for that where people didn't know it was coming, and they had like music start playing and like chanting like the
Oh
God of
yeah, I
War
remember that.
music to announce it, and they even made a video about it. And I'm almost wondering, like, is the 60-minute window because they have something big to drop?
Yeah, I could be. I guess in hind, it could also mean too that they're gonna show one game like for a long, like they could show marathon for like 15 minutes. I hope not, but I do think. I guess I'll just go through it. So I do think marathon does get a kind of a lengthy showing, uh, because they're gonna want that final marketing push before launch, right? Because it launches March 5th,
Hmm.
and I think
Yeah,
they're gonna want that last, here you go. Here's this final push to kind of get it in front of people and kind of get people maybe hyped about it or something to look forward to. So
I
I'm
could
gonna
see that.
predict. I I think marathon gets like a 5 to 10 minute showing here, and I'm hoping that maybe at the end of it they're going to say, by the way, there's going to be a public playtest this weekend. So it will allow people to the public to finally try it out for themselves before launch and maybe give some feedback
Yeah,
so maybe they can tweak something. I don't know. We'll see.
I think you're
Um,
right. No, that sounds honestly. You sound like you've done this before. Like you've conducted a state of play before.
right.
Yeah, that
I
does
ran
sound
it.
that does sound right. Like I said, dude, I don't know. I'm not really that interested in marathon. I feel like I want to see the reviews and see what people think of it because it's not something that I'm as interested in. I think as the I feel like the hype is way up here. They're trying to hype it up so much here. I feel like it's gonna fall like somewhere way down here.
Never.
A
I mean,
lot
it
of
could.
times the hype
It could.
doesn't meet, like
Sure.
if they're overhyping something, for me that's a sign that it's probably not as good, but
Hmm.
maybe it is. I mean, I'm just gonna wait and see on that one.
Yeah. No. It's. I think a wait and see approach on it is probably good. Um, you know, I don't know what the review embargo is for Marathon yet, but yeah,
If
it's
there is one, that's also pretty indicative of of some stuff.
you're right, right. Yeah, if it's like launch date, then yeah, that's usually when I'm like, ooh, I don't know what they're trying to hide, but
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know,
It's never good when, I mean, I'd be interested in that data too, because like how often is a game that had a review embargo till launch day? How often does it exceed expectations?
right? Yeah, no, that's for sure. That would be a curious stat to look into. Um, I also think they show Saros one last time. Saros comes out in April, at the end
Hmm.
of April, I believe, and again, they're gonna want that final marketing push. Uh, we've already seen a couple trailers, a couple things for Saros, but this is Sony's other than Marathon, this is their other big spring game, right? Like this is their but the opposite of Marathon, it's single player, so. This is, of course, the successor to Returnal, which I adored. So I am
Hmm.
looking forward to Saros. They'll probably show like a 2 minute or so trailer on this, I imagine. So I don't know. What do you think, Kyle? Do you think they show Saros one more time?
I think that they will, especially because like you said, it's kind of like they're two big babies, not in a bad way. Like they're not big babies. It's like they're two
Right.
like it's their two treasures that they're trying to push on us right now. I think Saros is probably going to be the better game of the two because it has. Man, I don't know. Every time I hear and see more about Saros, I'm like, is this like Edge of Tomorrow, the Live Die Repeat movie with Tom Cruise, right? Like,
Yeah,
which
yeah. It
is
does
which is
have that
pretty.
vibe, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's cool. Like, come back stronger. Okay, great. Like, I'll come back stronger, and it's like the ultimate revenge game, where you get beat up at the end, and you're like, okay, well, I'm stronger now. I'm gonna come back and stick it to this guy. That to me is cool. I would love for them to announce Spider-Man 3, but the same
Hmm.
studio that's working on Spider-Man 3 is working on a different game that I would like for them to show more info on. And you and I, before we started the podcast, we talked about it a little bit. I'd like to see a little bit more from Wolverine. I want them.
Yeah.
I want them to show it
I
like
wonder because
more.
so people are saying Wolverine, Wolverine. I'm seeing that chatter around it, and I wasn't sure at first because I was like, well, at the last one when they showed off Wolverine, they said we're excited to show more Wolverine this spring. So like a deeper dive. So maybe they do show like a tidbit of it, like maybe a teaser saying, hey, we're gonna have a state of play next month or in 2 months. I don't know. So maybe Wolverine does get a little something, like a little teaser for the next showing. I don't
Dude,
know.
it's been warm outside. Like it doesn't feel like winter at my place anymore. It's springtime, so I'm
Yeah, it's been
thinking,
warm, weirdly
give
warm
it
here
to me.
too.
Like
Yeah.
like give it to me, guys. Springtime is upon us already. I don't care what the calendar says.
I
Show
mean,
me
I'll
show me a
take
little
it.
bit more.
I'll take a a Wolverine trailer or something. So,
I would take Wolverine. You know what else I would really I know that they probably won't show the next Final Fantasy game like at all because they're still working on it. I would love that. Um, what I would be really interested in though is like another God of War announcement, like to make it a
yes.
third.
So I wrote that here. I said so I think Kyle, this is where they announced the God of War 2.5D Metroidvania that they've been, I guess, apparently have been working on for a couple years now. This has been rumored to happen for like last year, I think maybe even the year before. I don't recall, but this has been rumored for a long time. It's apparently they're working on a God of War 2.5D Metroidvania game that's going to go back to his time in the Greek era.
Oh,
So
interesting.
yeah, so I think will get announced here. I'd be shocked if it didn't. I think that's what closes the show. I bet that closes the state of play. In my
That
opinion, that's what I think.
that
That's going to be
that
their one more thing. I think.
that could be it. Yeah, one more thing, and they leave you with that, and then the lights and stuff go off, and you're just like, you're gonna leave me with that, and not tell me more.
Right? Yeah. Maybe we'll
I
see
can
how
see
much
that.
info they dump on us with that. But I am curious
Yeah.
because I think now is the time. I think now is when you show it. Because I know Santa Monica's been working on they've been working on a myriad of projects. Corey Barlog has been working on him and his team have been working on something for a few years now. So I
Hmm.
think they're getting ready to show theirs possibly.
TV series is what it was, right?
Yeah. No, it was a game. I just don't know. I don't, he's it's coming along. I guess he tweets about it every so often. Um, but
Yeah. And I'm
so
I'm a big I'm a big fan of the remake. The God of War that came out, and then God of War Ragnarok. Like I actually got the collector's edition of Ragnarok because I love the other one so much. I wanted to
yeah,
support them and buy the Ragnarok version, which I've got. You can't see it, but just out of here, out of view, is Mjolnir on my shelf. I would just
sweet.
love. It's so cool. It actually so Mjolnir is known for destruction, right? Like in just smashing and bashing stuff. Mjolnir one day flew off of my shelf and took down my Millennium Falcon Lego sets with it and busted it all over my floor. So I have to go and rebuild it. But Mjolnir was fine. It was a sad day. But yeah, I would love to see another God of War announcement. Really, what I would be looking forward to is a continuation of the story that they built up because I really love the dynamic from the first game where he calls his son boy the entire game and doesn't really call him by his name, and then he actually starts using his name in the second game and giving him a little bit more like freedom and like he's still like it's just like this father son dynamic that like Kratos is learning how to be a dad in like the worst way possible, which is like the world is ending, we got to save it, my son's growing up in this. I
Yeah,
love the evolution of that story, and I'd like to see. So what happens now? Like they've just saved the world from this situation. Like where do they find themselves now?
hmm,
And that would be really interesting for me. I'd also be curious about like his past and everything. But I like the
yeah.
current world that they've made so much that a continuation of that would be neat.
I agree. Yeah, and I'm sure that's coming too. I don't know when they decide to show off the new mainline God of War, but which there's rumors that's going to be taking place in the Egyptian lore.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah,
Tomorrow.
right. Yeah, please, by the gods. Um, so yeah, no, that'd be cool. People
So
are
I have
saying that
one more on my wish list.
oh yeah, let's hear it.
Um, One game, and this is a very big shot in the dark, but one game that came up and then disappeared almost as suddenly as it appeared was the Knights of the Old Republic
Oh
remaster
yeah,
or
which has
remake.
been renamed to Fates of the Old Republic, right?
I'm not sure because the last I heard was we're not working on it, and then it just like keeps popping up like occasionally.
Yes. So,
I want them to show that and to say yes, we are
oh,
working on it.
that's right. No, you're right. I'm thinking of because they're making a new game in that universe called Fates of the Old Republic. But yeah, you're right. There was still the remake, and I'm not sure if that's dead or not. They've been so vague about that.
Well, they said they killed it, but it was an indefinite time frame, not
Right.
forever. They said indefinite, which just means we're not saying we're not working on it. We're just saying that we don't know if and when it will come out. And I just I'm one of these people that never had the opportunity to play it originally, and I'm just kind of holding out in the hopes that they do a remake and I get to experience it in a remade version. So if they made some sort of announcement about that, oof, that would just blow my mind.
Yeah, no, that would be sick. I would be I'd be all over that. I those KOTOR 1 and 2 are definitely the probably the most played games on my original Xbox. Probably over the Halo games, I'd say.
Yeah,
I spent so much time in those worlds. This is before I wasn't even a Star Wars fan. Like I hadn't seen any of the movies. I just loved
unbelievable.
this. I know, dude. I'm
Light
weird.
him up in the comments for this travesty.
Strap them down. But yeah, it didn't matter because I love those games. Those games were so
Yeah.
fun and such a dynamic gameplay system that it had. So yeah, no, I'd be over the moon for that to reemerge, and I'll be there day one if it does. Trust me, I will be there day one, sir.
Like just show the logo, right? I don't even care if they
Right.
show any gameplay or anything. Just show the logo and like give me a sign of life.
Yep. Right. Yeah. No. There's that. And people are throwing around that maybe the next Final Fantasy Rebirth sequel, by Part Three, will be announced. I don't think so, and here's why. So Rebirth is coming to the Switch, to an Xbox Series consoles in June. I don't think they want to spoil anything for people that haven't even played Rebirth yet on those consoles, or even
Yeah.
maybe even finished Remake. So I think Square holds off until either like Summer Games Fest or their own you know uh, event, or maybe even they wait until the end of the year, the Game Awards. But I don't think we're gonna see it here.
No, I think you're right. I think they have too much at stake right now with bringing it to other consoles and new audiences that they probably want to ride that wave and not interrupt it with a reunion or whatever it's going to be called. What do we name it? Remake?
Reconclusion.
Reconclusion, whatever it is. I don't think that they're going to do that.
Oh damn.
I think it's still so far out that we probably won't see or hear much of it for the rest of the year, and it'll probably be like an end of the year thing. Like you said, Game Awards maybe is probably about when we could expect
Yeah,
a more comprehensive announcement.
I agree. I agree. Um, Speaking, keeping with the JRPG announcements, I was thinking maybe, I don't know, maybe a Kingdom Hearts 4 announcement sneaks in there.
Ooh,
Teaser,
hey, all
because
right.
they're working on it. Have been.
I mean, like if they want to do that to us, I'm not going to complain.
Yeah.
Like
Um,
that's one that I would definitely be get pretty excited for.
yeah, yeah, for sure. That would be, people would go nuts. And that's another one. You could just show the logo, and people will lose their minds.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain games that are like that. Just show the logo and like just tease us. Like you don't have to give us
Yep.
the whole thing. Just tease us a little bit. Let us know that
Yeah,
you're working on it and that you have our best interest at heart.
exactly. Another one, and I think that this one is long overdue, but dude, Dragon Quest 12. Uh,
Dragon Quest 12. Wow, I didn't realize that they
Bro,
had so many.
dude, 11 came out like 8 years ago, 7 years ago. It's
Well,
been a
they've been
long time.
remastering. They've been remastering
Yes, they've
them.
been busy like remaking and remastering their old games, but I think I mean, they've definitely have had to been working on 12 for a long time. I mean, it's got to be like almost ready to show. I would think anyway. Maybe not, but I think that's a
Maybe they're
possibility.
pulling a rock star.
Oh, Roxy, yeah, like just I don't know, man.
One
I
decade.
um I don't know. Intergalactic. Do you think they show that here? Show a little
I'm not familiar
snippet of
with that
gameplay?
one.
Remember, so that's one by Naughty Dog. That's their new one that they showed with the. It had that neon, that cyberpunk 80s. She's
Oh,
in that ship. She's bald. People were freaking out
yes,
because she was
yes.
bald. And
Yeah. Um, I don't know. I haven't really heard much from that game in some time. Like I haven't, it hasn't crossed any of my news feeds like whatsoever.
Right. There hasn't been
So I
much.
wonder if they're
Yeah.
maybe they're flying under the radar for a little bit and letting that one bake a little bit longer.
Yeah. Because I think it's due out second quarter of next year, was the last report that I had read about it. So I don't know. I think it's okay to. I think it's time we see a little gameplay tidbit. I'm excited because I mean it's Naughty Dog, which I think Naughty
Hmm.
Dog is awesome. I have full faith in their ability and their talent. So um
Another
eh,
good one would be
yeah.
The Witcher 4.
Oh
Like
yeah, dude.
maybe some more details because I know they did that like they did that like technical gameplay demo where they're showing like the musculature of the horse and how everything was like working underneath the skin and all that to like show the complexity of what it was that they're working on. But like I would say your average gamer is not really interested in that. Like yeah, it's really cool stuff and we can nerd out on that all day long, but I want to know more about like the time that's set in the story, the world, like
Mm-hmm.
because we're so used to Geralt and now we're going to be focused on I think it's Ciri if I'm not
Siri,
mistaken
yeah.
in this
Mm-hmm.
one, yeah. So like tell me a little bit more about that world through Ciri's eyes at this time. Show me maybe some gameplay. Let her slice up some monsters or slice up some bad guys. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Show us.
I Show me something. Anything. The logo. Show me the logo. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take the logo
The
too.
logo again, please. Just something. Uh,
Give me anything at this point.
yeah. No, I would take a little gameplay demo of Witcher 4. That'd be sweet. That's coming
I
out.
was turned on The Witcher 3 the other day because I was getting a little bit anxious for some sort of gameplay that's like Witcher esque. And I was like, should I play The Witcher 3?
If I could butt in, yes, you should because Witcher 3 is awesome.
It is, yeah, it's
Awesome game.
fantastic.
Um, yeah. Last thing I'm gonna guess. I think we get Ghost of Yote Legends. And I don't know if we're gonna get a shadow drop, but
Hmm.
I think it's coming soon. I think like this spring it's gonna drop. So I think the Legends mode, Ghost of Yote Legends mode, they're gonna show that off a little bit, and then they're gonna announce a release date. So
And
I don't know.
so I never got into Legends. Um, I actually, dude, you're gonna hate me for this, and I'll probably get a lot of hate for this, but I actually thought it was really annoying that I would get question marks in Tsushima that I would go explore, and it was a Legends storyteller. Like
Oh,
in the single player experience, I just like I did not want to get into Legends. I just wanted to explore. I thought it was like a foxhole, or I thought it was like a new mission quest I was going to pick up, like something important.
yeah,
And everywhere I went, like once I uncovered most of the map, like these question marks would still be there, and I'm like, it's probably a Legend storyteller. I would go there. Sure enough, it was. And for me, that was just kind of obnoxious. Like I just thought it should be maybe like some set areas that you can go to that are predefined, and you always know that that's where your Legend storyteller is. And it's not like an
sure.
explorable thing that I go to where it's going to take me out of that single player experience.
Right, thrust you into the Legends, a completely different part of the
Yeah, like
game.
every time I would show up and it was a Legend storyteller, I was just like, seriously, I just rode like 5 kilometers in this direction to
just to
just to
just to have
meet with this
you.
dude. Like, I'm not gonna talk to you. But I do think it would be probably something that they could announce because Yote's been doing really good.
Yeah, no, it's I know it's I know they just announced that they exceeded it's exceeding the sales of Tsushima in the same time period, so it's doing good. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and
I think
it looks
the time
great.
is
Like
right now.
the gameplay looks great. I haven't played it yet,
I haven't
mostly
either.
because like I just my backlog and I'm just like I could wait for a sale or something. But I definitely want to play it eventually and just get more gameplay that's like Tsushima. But I know for a fact I'm going to miss the story of Tsushima because the story of Tsushima really cemented that game into like glory for me. Like the Yote story is cool, but it doesn't have that same like bite as the Tsushima story does. At least for me.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's fair to say. Yeah, no, Tsushima had a great story, man. It stuck with me for a long time. The
Just like
world was
lying
good.
awake. I could just, dude. When you said that, I picture you lying awake in bed, like with your hands like this, just like thinking of the story of Tsushima. Like, man,
Yeah, I'm just sitting there in silence, just
dude,
looking up at
like
up at
just
the
hands
stars.
crossed over your chest, laying there, and like it's like that meme. I bet he's thinking about other women. You're just like thinking about the story of
I'm
Ghost of
just going
Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima. Oh man, that's perfect. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know, man. That's kind of all I think I have for my predictions. Do you have any other predictions you have for it, or anything you think's gonna happen, or
You
that they're
know,
gonna show?
Nintendo pops in and says, "Hey, in the spirit of good fun, you guys are putting Final Fantasy over here. We're gonna put Super Mario on your console."
You're gonna get Mario, and you're gonna get Donkey Kong and Metroid. Uh, maybe one day, maybe in our lifetime, but I doubt it.
Yeah, unlikely, at least for the foreseeable future. No,
Yeah,
I think that's it. Those are not necessarily predictions from me, but like my wish list of things that I would like to
wish
see them
list. Yeah,
announce. Yeah.
sure. Yeah. Well, we'll see it tomorrow. It's gonna show it. I think it's 5 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, 2 p.m. Pacific. So that's gonna be four p.m. here Central. Maybe that's 3 p.m. for you, right, Kyle? Because
Yep.
you're an hour
Yeah.
behind me.
I'll have to catch it probably after work and
Yeah, same here.
yeah, catch all the fun and stuff. Maybe check Instagram while I'm at work.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, guys, I think that's probably that's gonna be it for today. We've held you up for about an hour and a half, so thank you for sticking with us. If you have, I just want to tell everyone thanks, and we appreciate all your support. If you like what you are seeing, watching, listening to, hey man, give us a like, throw us a like, maybe a comment. Follow would be cool. Whatever you want, whatever you're feeling, we'll
Yeah, let
take
us
it.
know. You know, when you're watching this, if you're watching this before or after, because this will probably go live after the show. So
Yeah,
after
I
State of
will.
Play, when you're watching this, let us know what surprised you the most. What was your favorite thing that was announced? Let us know in the
Yeah,
comments.
yeah. Let us know for sure. It'll be fun to see like what we got right, and you know, I'm sure. I don't know. It's gonna be fun to match our predictions and our wish list with what actually happened.
Yeah.
So. All right. Well, Kyle, I think we're gonna head out, man. So, I don't know. Do you have any final parting words? Do you want to tell the audience goodbye?
Goodbye, audience. Thanks for joining us on another one. This is a little bit longer one, but we had a lot to cover. And with State of Play coming up tomorrow, you can bet that the next episode that we put out is going to be an absolute banger because we're going to have I hope, a lot of good things to talk about with State of Play.
I think so. It's gonna be a fun one. The next one. Yeah. So, yeah, I echo Kyle's sentiments. Thanks, guys. We appreciate everything, all the support. So, we'll catch you on the next one, everyone, and stay frosty. Peace.